All right, everybody, welcome to BO Boys for Wednesday. What is it? April 23rd? Fuck it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live. I'm Clayton. We're in studio.
I'm Pat. Hey guys, we're YouTubers, and we have got a special guest who we can't see him, but we could hear him and we could feel him.
Yeah.
We know he's here. We know he has arisen. Our very special guest right now. He's been gone for a while, but he is back. Podcast Jesus, Kirk Minihane. Welcome back to the BO Boys.
Hello, boys. And Wednesday, April 23rd. Happy 13th birthday to Harry Minihane, a teenager at last.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Harry.
So
I could take him to Sinners and he can learn the ways of cunnilingus.
Yes.
As a 13-year-old should.
now he knows.
Oh, come on.
knows.
He's got his phone. He knows. He knows.
So let's stay on Harry for a second because we got to talk. We have not. It's been so long. It's been so long, Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
We have not talked since before the chicken jockey screenings were even a thought in any of our minds. Last time we talked, we had never. Oh, now Clayton does have to throw something in our new studio. He's got to roll it gently because I said CJ.
Yep.
Minecraft
shit. Justin,
movie.
You can't see it. Justin threw popcorn all over me. This is embarrassing, but that's
wow.
okay. It's okay. We'll stow it. It's fine.
Does Justin have a live chicken? Did he have live chickens with him before?
He always does. Yeah.
Always does.
Yeah.
He's always ready. He's a real Boy Scout.
Uh-huh.
So a Minecraft movie. Have you seen it? Has Harry Minihane seen it? Has he thrown popcorn, causing an old lady to fall down a flight of stairs at a movie theater? What is your Minecraft movie journey so far?
I was in Chicago for a Barstool mini golf tournament. And that Thursday night, Harry called me. His voice was shot. And I said, what is going on? He said, my friends and I went to the Minecraft screening, and it was unbelievable. Now, he went sort of ironically, as most do. But he said this was new. He was like, people were screaming. There was a 15-minute standing ovation in the middle of it. Like the lights went on for a second. People were throwing things. He went back. It was like me as a kid going to see, whatever, The Goonies 6 times. He went back to the Minecraft movie. I'm not sure if he likes the movie or not, but yeah, he was opening night Thursday night for that weekend. He was there.
Wow. He doesn't know if he likes the movie, but he likes the chaos.
He likes the chaos. He likes you're right. He likes all the reaction to it, the yelling, the screaming, the jumping up and down, throwing stuff. Like he said, there was like 3 or 4 long standing ovations. So I don't know.
It's like It's like Cannes. It's like people getting standing ovations there.
Right. Yeah.
Yet did Chicken Jockey said it, so Clayton does have to throw something.
Shit.
Did CJ at this point, did he get a longer ovation? Rolled it gently. We love to see it. Does CJ get a longer standing ovation than say like Brendan Fraser got when The Whale came out at Cannes?
I think so. Definitely longer than like the mediocre movies when they get the 12-minute standing ovations.
Yeah.
I think Costner's movie last year got like a 14-minute standing ovation.
Oh, so, CJ's got to get longer than
Horizon Part 1. So they should put that in Horizon Part 2. If they were smart, if they put Jack Black in there, as you said, probably the biggest movie star of history. If you put him in Horizon Part 2 and you do CJ a couple of times, come on. Who's not going to go see that?
I feel like you can seamlessly do that without losing your, artistry in any way.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. He wants it released in theaters. You got to play ball a little bit.
Got to do what you got to do. Now, are you excited that your son is being able to experience wanting to go to the movies? It being a happening, being the place to be. Because for a few weekends for kids, that has been the place to be. And I don't know when the last time you could say that, where theaters were the place to be for kids. Yeah,
for him. Now, he likes movies. He'll go with me all the time. He likes it. But you're right. Like for him to go with his friends, that never, ever, ever. I almost got emotional. I thought he went to a movie theater inside a mall with his friends, which would have led me to have a heart attack if that happened.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case, but we're making progress. No, that is never in his life. He and his friends have never said, we're going to this movie on opening night. That's a first.
Kirk, what if he had come home and he had gone to a theater at the mall,
right?
And he had a bag, and the bag said Sam Goody on it.
Oh my God!
And he dumps out all of these CDs
Oh,
on the table,
right.
with the
Well,
nice price and all that.
And I know you're trying to be nice for Pat's generation with CDs. For us, it's tapes, Clayton.
Yeah, you're right. Tapes.
But yeah, if he came out and he had, Thriller, or Born in the USA, or a Foreigner tape, I would have had, legitimately had a heart attack.
The
No
one that
question.
just says 4 on it,
Oh.
and he says to you, "I wonder what these guys look like."
Exactly. Like Lou Graham, that doesn't sound like a real rock name.
No.
Yeah, that kind. So that would have been nice if that had happened. But I think we're getting there. I think we're moving backwards and moving forwards at the same time. So I'm excited for the next, whatever. I know you guys have been talking about this. Whatever next video game or whatever is next. But when they knew about CJ, I think I talked to you guys about this when Aaron and I went to see Megan a few years ago. We saw opening night. And the audience already knew the song she was singing because it had gone viral somehow before. And I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck are these people singing?
Mm-hmm.
But like they knew CJ they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. They knew when it was coming. And he said it was the loudest he had ever heard anything in his life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Biggest pop.
Biggest pop. This is like right. This is like an Austin in '97 pop.
This is the glass breaking. When CJ comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the glass, it's CJ's ass.
Correct.
Have you gone yet?
No, I haven't. So I when I saw Sinners this weekend, I saw the crowd though still going, and they were all dressed up, and they looked like they were ready to go. So and that hasn't slowed down much. So I think we'll talk about it later. I think it's gonna have another good weekend. This is crazy. This is what's that right now worldwide? Are we at 700 million now?
Are we at 700? I mean,
I think it's around there.
It's a full-on phenomenon. I would say this is the first movie phenomenon we've had since Barbenheimer.
Oh, for sure.
Like post-pandemic, Maverick was a phenomenon.
Yep.
I guess Avatar 2 has to be considered a phenomenon, though it never feels like those movies are, but they are.
Spider-Man was, I was 21 though.
Yep. Yeah. 3 Spidey-Men was a phenomenon.
726 worldwide right now.
Wow.
Man.
Is it going to get there?
Oh, it's getting to
a $1 billion baby.
It's going to be $1 billion baby. I mean, I guess the Super Mario number is going to be tough because Mario got to 1.2, and that might be a reach now.
Right.
But it's going to do the billion.
And before we get in the other stuff, you are correct. I was working on, as you guys know, I solve murders also.
Yes.
I'm the cause of some people dying, but I also solve murders. And I was in fact running in the state of Michigan with and I could show you, I have the wireless. I don't have the new ones, the fancy ones. Keep in mind, by the way, I'm somebody who, when I was in Chicago, when I had to get Uber, I type uber.com on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm old fashioned. I'm just folks, I'm not some Manhattan like you guys ordering your fancy steaks and whatnot.
No, that's how our dads got Ubers back in the days. They would type
correct.
the website. Yeah.
But you don't holiday in Europe, do you? You don't holiday in
No,
Europe.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't summer in Europe.
Yeah,
no.
okay. Yeah.
No, but you guys said that the movie star thing. And I will say, I gasped, but Jack Black in the right setting is a movie star.
Yes.
That I'm fine with, but but it has to be he is now a huge like Harry Minihane said the other day, Jack Black is my GOAT.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he meant greatest of all time, not that there is some kind of GOAT character in Minecraft that the three of us don't know about.
Who knows? Because everything is all with this generation language I don't understand, but I think that's what he meant.
Okay.
I do think he meant it ironically, but he's still going to go to the movie theater and pay money. So there's no irony check at AMC when they take your money.
Right.
The money's going either way. So he is now out of nowhere, sort of like a star again. He had the thing where he broke up with the partner, all that stuff. But we're back. I mean, Black is back.
He's back. Every couple of years he always has one of these. Remember, he's second billed in Super Mario Brothers.
That's true. And Jumanji's a real franchise.
Jumanji's real. The House with the Clock in its walls. Maybe that's not a huge hit. But
Goosebumps.
Yeah. He had 2 of those. Yeah.
I mean, the one with Shirley MacLaine, not so much. But like that was you pick your spots.
Yeah.
He's. The thing is, that is what movie stardom is, and we of course you've you've come up with the lawyer test. That should be a home game. That is a movie star if they could play a lawyer. And yeah, Jack Black can't play a lawyer and get it to 85 million domestic, but that's just what movie stardom is the right person in the right role is a slam dunk. And he's a slam dunk if you put him in the right role. He's not iffy at all.
Would he, in today's version of Bruce Almighty, would that be a hit on its own with Jack Black? Or do you need an IP? Do you need a...
Well, that's such a double-edged sword question because comedies do so poorly when they're just purely comedies. You know
what I mean? That's what I mean for today being a star, though. It has to be the exact... But I will say, Minecraft, he will mean money to Minecraft. It would have been a hit anyway, but he is adding value to Minecraft.
Oh, 100%.
No question.
Yeah. He definitely added value. If you put Josh Gad in that, then I don't think this movie makes as much money, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have the seal of approval. They didn't have as much confidence in it.
It might even cry macho with Josh Gad.
Could you imagine a Minecraft movie?
It might.
If Josh Gad is the low rent Jack Black.
Right.
If this was Dan Fogelman, in a Minecraft movie, this is Playmobil the movie numbers for a Minecraft movie. Everything else is the same, but you replace Jack Black with Dan Fogelman, $880,000 opening weekend.
I feel like that's a YouTube sort of video that he would do to be like, I want to play this character.
Yes.
Right. Sort of how like actors have done that previously. To be like, oh, check me out. Ryan Reynolds did it to reprise Deadpool.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I'm calling a movie star in the right spot. And there aren't many of those. That's high praise. I mean,
that's the thing. Yeah.
Right.
Not many left. Maybe 2 or 3.
Are there any, and this would be a Harry Minihane question, are there any popular video games that are centered around lawyers? Because that could be the one spot where Jack Black as a lawyer is a huge hit in a movie. Right. If it's some kind of game where like a lawyer is in a magical world or he's built
I remember as a kid in '84, of course, I played The Verdict video game with Paul Newman and Jack Warden. So maybe they can update that. I don't know.
That would be it's
from the Hip video game. I don't know if they did that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Ghosts of Mississippi, I don't think was a video game.
That would be James Woods, though, would want to reprise his part as the video
Byron D. LeBeckwith, which he got nominated for. Yeah, I could see that. Baldwin might be tough to cast now.
Yeah,
there was A Time to Kill, which was a first-person shooter.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That was an odd choice, but
there must be some video game like the one that my daughter plays where she just builds house all the time. I don't know what that is. Like they just get money and they build shit. I don't know. That's going to be a game that'll make 300 million. I don't know, whatever.
Well, there hasn't been a Sims movie adaptation yet.
Right. Yes.
So you could have Jack Black as a lawyer in the Sims world where it's a building falls on the Sims head. And so Jack Black is a lawyer who has to try the case to win the money. And then technically he would be playing a lawyer in a movie that makes over $100 million.
That's true. And he has not played a lawyer yet to my knowledge. Like, I don't know if his character in The Cable Guy was a lawyer or not. I don't know.
No, I think he was a waiter.
What was he in Shallow Hal? Was he an ambulance chaser in that? Or what was he?
That might be it. Maybe.
I don't know what his job was in that.
Yeah, I think
he was in an office with Jason Alexander doing something. I remember that.
Okay.
Something, yeah. Jeff Portnoy was an actor. So, yeah, I don't in Tropic Thunder. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's the path is a Sims movie where Jack Black plays a Sims who's a lawyer. And then he could technically say he is a movie star.
I don't think there are 3 bigger stars in the world right now than Jack Black in the right role. I don't think there are.
Yeah, it's a ways out, but where is your confidence level on the Leo PTA movie in September?
I'm looking forward to it. I know they had a weird test screening in Phoenix. I don't know if you guys read about that, where it was mixed reviews, but I feel like this is going to be, Rotten Tomatoes scored 92, audience score 58 or something. Doesn't mean it won't be great, but I don't think we're talking big box office here, which is good. I like that Leo's, he's working with PTA finally. They've been kind of circling each other forever. I'm looking forward to it. But I don't know the commercial value. I don't know.
It doesn't feel Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, that with Leo though, he wants to stretch artistically, but he also wants to keep the crown as the last true movie star.
True.
And if this movie opens at like 11 million, tops out at like 40, then you start to see you could start stabbing away at that reputation that he is truly still a top movie star if this movie hits those kind of numbers.
And here's what I'll say about the prospects for this movie. Number one, that Phoenix screening, that all of that reporting came from a Variety hit piece. Variety
they've been bringing it lately. Yeah,
Variety tries to do all these hit pieces.
Good point.
They did the same thing with Your Beloved Sinners, which we'll get to.
Yep.
Trying to talk about budget.
Yep.
Right. So the thing that I think is positive about this PTA movie is that the trajectory for people wanting to see auteurs direct films is going this way, right? And if we're YouTubers, hey guys, you can see my hand going up in a sloping motion.
Right? You can't see it, but I'm doing the same thing.
Absolutely. So you're seeing people like, Ari Aster, who's a newer one. You're seeing Coogler, who is sort of breaking out now. You're seeing like Tarantino's last movie was one of his biggest.
Yeah.
Nolan had his biggest movie of his career, one of the most acclaimed movies of the past decade, right? So people are interested in auteurs, and PTA hasn't really had anything other than Licorice Pizza, which was a very small personal movie that came during that pandemic time. So I do think that PTA Leo together has more clout now than it ever has.
Oh, I agree. I think there's a ceiling to it though.
Yeah,
like I mean, if that movie makes a couple $100 million worldwide, what did Killers make? I don't even remember. I mean, I know it was Apple, but
it didn't get to 100 domestic. I think it got
to
it was in the 50s or 60s,
which is good. I mean,
for
that kind of movie.
And that heavy. I mean, I think this one, it'll definitely be fun, or at least it'll be marketed as being fun.
It feels more humorous than Flowers.
Yeah, a little more humorous. Yeah. De Niro wasn't in Meet the Fockers mode in Killers of Flower Moon.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't falling down or something. No dogs were. Yeah, right. He wasn't sitting on dogs or something.
Yes, his character in Killers of Flower Moon never asked if you wanted to milk him.
Yeah.
There's no nipple stuff there. Yeah.
No nipple stuff. Right. Yeah. And that's when De Niro shines, when he's got nipple stuff going on.
Oh, I agree.
So Kirk, we want to get your take on this whole Sinners controversy that's happened. Because first of all, a video went viral this week. I will say went viral because it got to me, where a clip from your show saying that Sinners is it one of the top 3 movies?
It was the top second
of this decade.
Of the decade.
Of
this decade. Yeah, of this decade. Yep.
So you love, I mean, let's just get that for your audience. And we're not critics, hey guys, but you're kind of a critic, hey guy.
Sure.
So I mean, you love Sinners.
I love the experience of seeing a great filmmaker take a big swing. Did I love everything about it? No. But I was so in that first hour 45, like you wouldn't believe. I don't want to give anything away. But there were moments where I was just like, this is like watching Spielberg in like 77 or 78. I might have liked it more than you guys. I don't know. And I thought it was a great potential star-making performance for my guy, Michael B. Jordan, who I like. I'm up, he failed the lawyer test big time.
I know.
A huge, you guys saw an enormous bestseller.
Yeah, Just Mercy.
Yeah. Tough timing. Came out the end of 2019. It was I saw it in the theater right before the pandemic. But he was in that movie that Denzel directed, Journal for Jordan. Nobody went to see that. So you take him away from Black Panther and Creed, and I'm not sure, but he was great in it. I have Oppenheimer, Nope, which I can't believe Clayton said he hasn't seen.
Nope.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And another great filmmaker. And Sinners. I was blown, I didn't throw any popcorn at anybody. But I was, I had a great walk. I'm like, this is why I love going to the movies. Still, every couple of years you get one for all the crap you go see. Every once in a while, I even saw Clemmer spun around in his kneeling video. So, I don't know if it's gonna. What did you guys saw it, right?
We didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it with Clemmer.
I was going to say Pat wanted to see it with Clemmer, but
of course,
he wasn't able
Pat
to.
Sees 12 movies with Clemmer. Yeah,
he had to see it with me.
Yeah, I did have to see it with Clayton, and of course, Clayton refused to see movies with Clemmer out of loyalty.
Out of loyalty.
Yeah, I mean it's the correct. Yeah.
We saw it. I think we liked it fine. It's not in our top 3. It's not up there with Red Rocket as best movies of the decade.
No, I liked Red Rocket. Yeah. Sure.
So,
either way, huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
And to Clayton's point earlier, like Michael B. Jordan's a good actor and maybe a star, but this is a director hit.
Yeah.
This is like when Nope opens or Oppenheimer. Like we're talking, this people are going to see for the director. So that's another star. So now we have somebody else who, here we go. Like let's, you're away from IP. You're doing something totally on your own. And the audiences, I've seen the Monday, Tuesday numbers are huge for it too. It's making $7-8 million a day this week during the week.
Made $7.8 million on an Easter Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which I've never heard it referred to until these reports as Easter Monday. I've never heard the Monday after Easter be anything other than a Monday.
Yeah, I know in Massachusetts here it's Patriots Day. They have the marathon and all that stuff. But yeah, Easter Monday was I don't know why. I saw people said the numbers were inflated because of that. I don't. A lot of people are off this week, but I don't think a lot of kids are going to see it.
Well, okay, let's talk about the reporting on this because this is a huge controversy.
Yeah.
I feel like the BO boys and Kirk, we've been on the right side of Sinner's history here, but there was that, I think it was Variety.
Of course it was Variety.
It was Variety.
Where the headline immediately went to how this movie might not ever be profitable. After an opening weekend in which it made $48 million. Is that what the final numbers were for the opening weekend?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of this talk about whether Sinners will be unprofitable after only one weekend, there's got to be a reason behind this. So what do we think the reason why the trades are going so hard at Sinners not going to make back its budget? It's going to be unprofitable for Warner Brothers, which is insane after it had an overperforming opening weekend. Is this I mean, what is going on here, Clayton? Do you raise?
Well, I know. I mean, and you've said it, and we've said this before. This is a attempt to take down any sort of original auteur, non-IP theatrical film.
So is this Netflix planted? I mean, is this Netflix planning a hit piece?
This is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, this is. Wow. They're behind all of this sort of, well, you can't release a Leo PTA movie in the theater because it's not going to make any money. And you can't release this Coogler movie because I know it made 48, but it's not going to break even theatrically, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. It's a way to scare people away from investing in true artists making the movies they want, because then they're not going to run to the streamers to make $350 million monstrosities. Right.
So you think the Russo brothers are involved? The Pizza Boys are planning.
The Pizza Boys, I don't think are involved, but they're patsies for sure.
Yeah, they're nodding. They're nodding though. They're reading and nodding. Yeah, they're not upset about it. Also, there is something to this idea that they seem upset. A lot of these studio heads seem upset that Coogler has the rights in 25 years or whatever. This seemed to front, which I don't. Who gives a shit? Like what? 25 years from now, what is this? I don't think they'll be selling Delroy Lindo dolls 25 years from now. I don't think. So
Kirk,
like,
you mean the end of the studio system as we know it?
Right.
This being the end of the studio system as we know it. Yeah. I mean, that's the sky is falling. But here's the thing about this is you should hope to have filmmakers that can make you enough money that they're able to get their movies back at some point, because that's a level of success and that is a rarity. So they're not, I mean, I think, listen, Jared Hess, who did a Minecraft movie, who is now going to probably have an ability to do maybe whatever movie he wants.
But he will not get a Minecraft movie back in 25 years.
And whatever
that he's not getting,
Yeah, but even probably his next movie he won't get back. And even if he does, exactly, 25 years from now, it's like, we've talked about this, it's going to be injectables. It's not going to be like...
You'll be able to walk into them. You'll literally be able to walk into the movie at that point.
Yeah, you could shake hands with Steve or whatever. Not that he's going to that movie, but I mean, that's the thing is like, you can have an interactive experience where, Smoke and Stack are passing you a cigarette.
Plus, this is not like Lucas had this, Spielberg has had this, Tarantino has it with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So, I mean, this is not, I do wonder, look, I'll say it, Tarantino, Spielberg, Lucas have something in common. And Ryan Coogler is not the same as those guys in one way. I'm not going to call Variety out.
Wow.
But listen, I'm a thoughtful think piece guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions.
Which is what a podcaster has to do.
That's
Absolutely.
all.
It's our number one thing that we must do is we got to ask questions.
It's all Bill Maher's doing, he's just asking questions.
And this is how you solve murders. Correct.
Yeah. I mean, listen, who knows who knows what the answer is. But it's troubling. But yeah, it's great that you have Minecraft, huge hit, Sinners overperforming. Like movies we're back right now. The three of us, we've been through it all.
Yeah.
We sat through some dog shit weekends to start the year. It happens every year.
Yeah.
The pundits of the world, the Lucas Shaws and all these people, including Chris Klemmer, by the way, who's always, I'm worried about the future of box office. Okay. Yeah. Cause it's January, you idiot. Hold on, hold on tight. Blockbusters are a coming. Just hold on.
Just hold on tight to your knees as you crouch down.
Do a stupid bit. Like we'll all sit through it. Pat will text him. Clemmer showed me. Pat texted him 48 times in a row to go see Sinners. 48 unanswered texts in a row. So
yeah,
it makes you wonder. Pat walks around the office crouching around now, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's how he lives now.
I gotta stay limber. I gotta be ready for that call.
Dwarf.
Because if I get that call, I gotta be ready to crouch at a moment's notice.
You're like Tony Rando with Letterman at this point. Like you're the guy on standby. Like when somebody can't do it with Klemmer, you come hopping down the street and fucking, and people are looking at you hopping around Times Square like an idiot because you're gonna go, I'm going to see Drop. Like have some fucking pride. Jesus.
To be Klemmer's Abe Vigoda is a dream come true.
Pat, be honest right now. If he texted you, if Klemmer texted you right now,
can I kneel?
Yeah, of course. You'd be out of here.
I've got to. I mean, we got Accountant 2 coming out this weekend. If I need to do a Compact Critic co-review for Accountant 2, I got to be ready to jump and kneel.
That's true.
Can I say something quickly about box office and Coogler and all that? So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Ryan Coogler wrote a letter.
Yeah,
thank
you
letter. Mm-hmm. And he wrote it to the people who went to the theater to see his movie, right? Because he knows that people equal box office. And what's the most important thing for a filmmaker is box office, because then you get to make more movies. He's going to get to make maybe whatever he wants after this. If this continues, the word of mouth is great. The numbers are really great. It's gonna break even, Even Waterworld broke even at some point. So, and this will do that a lot faster than Waterworld. He's thanking the right people. He's thanking the people who put their butts in the seats and plunk down their money to see what he made.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I would say to them. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. We all should say that to Ryan right now. Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Yeah, I think if you're Jared Hess and you other filmmakers who see this type of deal that Ryan Coogler, not that he got, that he earned, that if you're Jared Hess, imagine right now you'd be coming up on time to get back the rights to Napoleon Dynamite. I mean, that movie came out 20-something years ago. Jared Hess very soon would be getting Vote Pedro back. And now he doesn't own Vote Pedro. He's never getting that back. The studio, they make all those shirts. But imagine if within a year or two, Jared Hess was getting the Vote Pedro IP back.
Huge.
That I do think it's not the end of the studio system. It's, I think, the beginning of what big time filmmakers all should be demanding, is they should be getting these rights back someday for their kids, so that their kids really never ever have to do anything or learn how to contribute to society.
Ryan Coogler's kids and their kids should be terrible people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the wealth
Yeah.
accrued from his hard work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's earned that for them to just never have to learn how to do anything.
Although, you see, Ben Affleck wouldn't let his kid buy $6,000 shoes. Did you see that?
No.
It's a big deal.
Wow.
He said, you got to get a job to buy those $6,000 shoes.
And was that part of the promotion tour for Accountant too?
Yeah. Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
What job is he going to get to buy $6,000 shoes? What's he going to?
Well, I think Ben Affleck thinks the minimum wage is like $200.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Any other movies that we've missed since the last time we've talked? I mean, it really is.
Well, Working Man.
Working Man. Did you see Working Man, Kirk?
Sylvester Stallone wrote it, so I go see it. Those are the rules.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would you? I haven't seen this. Would you put it up there as one of Sly's better scripts, or?
I would not. It felt a little dusty. It felt like it had been reworked a little bit. It was fine. It was absolutely passable entertainment. I'm trying to think what else I've seen that I liked.
Did you see Love Hurts, which I famously did see with Chris Clemmer?
You did. No, I'm not. Wasn't that your number one pick for, of any movie this year in the draft? Is that right?
It was picked very highly.
Well, you also have Minecraft, right?
I do have Minecraft.
Right.
I'm actually 1 point from the lead now in our fantasy league, because of Minecraft.
Right. Yeah. I did not see Love Hurts. No, I did not. I heard it was abysmal.
And did you and Harry Minihane go to see Disney's Snow White?
We did not. We did not. No. Snow woke, as Harry called it.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a school joke. So once that happens, it's over. It's over. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you just put I heard you guys talk about it. It's so like Snow White to my daughter who's 18 means nothing. Zero. Like, that's been run over by Frozen and by all these. It doesn't even exist. I don't know what they were thinking. Never had a chance.
And what does it mean to someone who's a millennial like Pat? It means nothing.
Means nothing.
No. For guys like us, we saw the theater, the original.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, for Pat, he's like, what? Like, who is this? He's very confused.
I was a kid when Moana came out.
You were.
Right.
Yeah, that's my princess.
That's true. I know we did not see that. I'm trying to think if we saw any horror. Did we see any horror? No, did not see.
You didn't see The Woman in the Yard?
No, I did not. My daughter saw that with her friend, actually. She did not like it. But no, I mean, so it's amused. So we kind of babbled through March and February, and now we're back. Like, here we go. This is going to be a good weekend, I think. A big weekend.
I mean, let's get into it. We mentioned Affleck, Accountant 2. Are you an accountant guy? The Accountant it's a cable movie. It's a TBS TNT staple. Definitely wasn't a sort of like surprise slight overperformer.
Yep.
When it came out in 2017, it got to 65 million domestic, I think it was. Got to 86 domestic, another 66 overseas. So this was a solid hit action movie. Kirk, though, do you feel like people were clamoring for a sequel to this?
There were a lot of conversations about that. My late father, Peter Minihane, was first an accountant before he got into sort of the upper management of this. So he is a certified public accountant. So I think he would have, been looking forward to this one. I think he was, what year did the first one come out?
It came out 2016.
16, wow.
Okay, so he expired the next year. So he was alive for it. I don't remember him watching it. I saw The Accountant. I didn't really care for it. I'm not looking, I don't know what the appetite for is. I'm not hearing conversation. And it's just gotten like run over. I feel like this should debut on Netflix. I'm glad it isn't. People will go see it. But this doesn't feel like something people are dying to see, I don't think. Is Anna Kendrick in this?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't believe so.
No, it's been a lot of John Bernthal as the other guy in this. I don't think Anna Kendrick came back. She's probably prepping another movie that she's directing, would be my guess.
Well, she's got a
Simple Favor 2.
Another Simple Favor.
Right.
Yes.
Does that actually drop this weekend?
That's Amazon, right?
Yeah, that's Amazon, and I think it does. I think this is the weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot of pub around it this week, so I bet it is. Yeah.
Yeah, this account movie is something where it makes sense that they made a sequel. It just feels like they waited too long. Like 2016 movie makes 86 million domestic. People like it. People are watching on cable. This should have come out in 2019, not 2025.
I agree. I've never had a conversation with somebody about The Accountant. I don't think until now. I am doing it now, but until now I had not.
So this is a movie that I believe probably got a sequel because of the success of this movie on streaming, but also on cable.
Yeah,
I do think this is like a legitimate cable movie.
Oh, it's a TNT staple.
Yeah, and I think they probably did enough research to say, yeah, this probably is something that people would maybe go see. Bernthal being the value add as much as he's a value add.
But he's a cable value add. He's not a movie value add.
The thing is, he's the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people love the Punisher now. There's a huge fan base for the Punisher.
Okay.
Now he's got a big role in The Amateur too, which is out right now.
So he's like a meat and potatoes action guy right now. And I think that this is like sort of a testing of the waters for Barenthal to be his own man. Like, could he be like a Statham type guy who can get you $40 million headlining something?
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right there.
Yeah. So I think he's a guy that could have those sort of sturdy Statham-esque movies, but he needs to be sort of pushed out through a IP.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it counts IP. I mean, what is the state of Affleck right now, Kirk? Is he's obviously famous, but has he crossed over too much into being famous for Dunkin' Donuts commercials, Dunkin' Donuts photos on the internet, Dunkin' Donuts, just seeing him at a Dunkin' Donuts in your real life? Like, has he become more of a Dunkin' Donuts guy than a movie star to most people?
I have always been interested in the huge up and down swings of certain movie stars in my lifetime. Warren Beatty, I think, is one of them, where big hits, go away, come back, rescue yourself, have a hit that buys you another 5 or 6 years. Redford, guys I grew up with. And Affleck is the closest in a weird way to those guys. He's not made a movie nearly as great as their best movies, but he kind of rescues himself every, he does Argo, then he goes away, and he makes a movie that buys him, we're at the point where he needs that right now.
Yes.
He needs something to get him. He needs this to do, 60, 65 million to kind of say, okay, in the right thing, we can make him a star again. What was the last thing he was in before this?
He was
Jordan movie directed?
He was an Air, yeah.
Yeah, which was okay, but no real impact. So I think that's where I'm at with Affleck right now. I'm sick of, I think I'm always seeing him like walking around with his kids with a sour look on his face. I didn't see a lot of that from Nicholson when I was a kid. He was just banging out movies. We need Affleck to make a really good, and this isn't going to be it, but then we need another good movie. Like I need proof that he can make a great movie still.
Yeah, Air is the one, because he directed Air, right?
It. Yep.
And was in it, and he was good at
it. Phil Knight, yeah.
That movie was almost that in so many ways. It was almost enough of a box office hit. Like, it was probably 20 million short of making enough money where people would point to that as a true hit. It was like a screenplay or a couple of Oscar nominations away from it feeling like a critical comeback. It just wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't there. And then the movie directed before that was terrible. I forget the movie.
Oh, the bartender movie. Wait,
no, that was Clooney.
Clooney directed and he was in it.
No, you're talking about Live by Night.
Yeah, that was not great. So, we need, but I'm always watching him because I like interesting, and he's having a very messy, interesting career. He mixes in some good stuff with some horrific stuff.
The other thing with him too is that he's one of those guys whose private life is always in some form of disarray. Right. And so you have that going too, where it seems like when his private life is really in chaos, his movie life is also in chaos.
Yes.
And so hopefully he's doing better now. J-Lo is out of the picture, I think.
Does that help or hurt him right now that he's on the outs with J-Lo?
Oh, that absolutely helps.
But does it help the accountant? Like, do we think that the state of the relationship is getting good awareness for the account? Did he time the breakup correctly? Like, Kirk, do you think that he maybe should have held off until last week for them to announce the divorce?
Oh, then big. I feel like he does better movies in the bigger box office when he's not with J-Lo, right?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing that precipitated his first fall. And I think he needed to separate himself from her again in order to get back his,
I think you're right.
His mojo. Right. I mean, she seems to just, do a number on that gentleman. So I think this is good. I think he needed separation enough to not be a complete mental case when he was out, doing these sort of tasting snacks on Lad Bible and talking to GQ about like school days
Right.
or whatever they made him talk
I
about.
mean, we're 30
by
years in
gunpoint.
Affleck now.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's not going anywhere.
Right. I mean, think of 30 years into, Beatty's career is like 92.
Right. He's doing Bugsy.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we're 30 years in here. Redford, that's 95, 96. We're, Horse Whisperer, 98.
Right.
I guess.
30 years into Jack Nicholson. Is that as good as it gets?
Pretty close. Yeah. Late 60s. Like, yeah. You want to say Easy Rider is like real kickoff? Yeah. We're talking. Yeah. That's where we're at with Jack.
Yeah. So Ben Affleck's at the as good as it gets portion of his career, but the movie's coming out with is The Accountant 2. It's not Bugsy. It's not as good as it gets.
Yeah. We're not. Yeah. Right. We're not getting a lot of Unforgivens and stuff. Yeah.
Well, for 30 years into Paul Newman, is that Color of Money? Right, 85. Did he start?
Just
55?
about. Yeah, just about. Yeah, like sort of that. Like that mid to late 80s run. Yeah,
it's
probably about the same age.
To how much younger people could be now when they're old, because Affleck doesn't feel like he's as Jack Nicholson's age and isn't as good as it gets, but he also isn't at that level of esteem 30 years in.
Correct. That's right. Yeah, he doesn't have. Like, I don't think Affleck has a. I know people love Good Will Hunting. I'm not sure Affleck has a great movie. Jack, Hackman, Hoffman, all these guys, Redford, Newman. I take 5 of their movies where I took Good Will Hunting. 10 of them, some of these guys. So, I don't know.
If we're going
The Accountant 2, I don't think is going to be one of. I don't think it's going to be Chinatown. I don't think. We'll find out.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
Not in the pantheon. Now, if we're going by that, if we're going by this yardstick, and we're using Beatty, then does that mean Affleck is 3 to 4 years away from doing his Bullworth? Because that I'd like to see.
I think he's capable of something like that.
Yeah.
I think there is. Like, he's a smart. Yeah, they always say that he. Damon always says he could run a studio. He's got that kind of brain. So I don't know. I find it to be tough now. Some of the interviews, he doesn't slow down. He's very on, but he's a talented guy. I get. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Yeah. I mean, Beatty obviously never worked really, and Affleck works all the time. So
yes, that's true.
That's a huge difference.
So is J-Lo? J-Lo's not his Annette Bening then?
No, J-Lo is not Madonna either. Madonna for him would have been Arna de Armas, I think.
Yeah, that's his Madonna.
That's his Madonna.
Though J-Lo would be like his Julie Christie. On again, off again.
J-Lo is okay. J-Lo is a little bit his Madonna because Warren Beatty appeared in Madonna's
Truth or Dare
documentary, and Ben Affleck appeared in J-Lo's This Is Me Now.
That is true. That is true. That is true. But there was a fleeting moment in Beatty's life before he settled down. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I thought Jennifer Garner was going to be his Annette Bening.
Yeah, she wasn't Annette Bening.
They're spending a lot of time together. It could be. Yeah. It could be one of those things.
Yeah. So, Accountant 2, I will not see.
Okay, not at all. So Harry Minihane has no interest.
Nope. Harry came in. No Minihane. Peter Minihane dead. He might have thought it was a film about accounting, which would be interesting, but no. Other than him, no, probably not.
Did Harry Minihane have any sort of woke joke for The Accountant, or any kind of like playground?
I don't think so.
Gag on The Accountant too.
No. He did tell me that Rachel Ziegler told everybody that if you voted for Donald Trump, you cannot see Snow White.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's like when Lauryn Hill said white people shouldn't buy her records.
Correct. So, I mean, I didn't see that edict, but evidently that was the word of the school. So,
wow.
Once it's out in the schools, it's over.
It is.
No matter if it's true or not, print the legend. It's out there.
I mean, for us, Marilyn Manson is always going to be Paul from the Wonder Years. There's nobody. I don't care. You can give me facts.
Yeah. The Ultimate Warrior died. He was replaced by a fake Ultimate Warrior.
That's true.
Those are the rules. So I don't. Richard Gere. I don't know what's going on. He went to the hospital. I'm just saying it. It got out there. Pat is like, what the fuck are you talking about? He has no idea.
I've had older cousins who've told me about the gerbil.
Yeah.
Right.
Pat's like, what's the rumor about Hillary Duff we can talk about so I can relate to this?
Exactly.
So, Accountant 2, Ben Affleck, where then is this audience coming from this weekend? If it's not us being super psyched to see it, if it's not younger people, and they're relying on TNT viewers to be compelled to go into the theater. I mean, is there a chance that this greatly underperforms because there's just no true audience for it?
And there's movies people want to see.
Well,
maybe. Is it like 35-year-old guys are going to go see it this week? I don't. What was I'm blanking now. The one that came out earlier this year was a big TNT movie.
Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
Den of Thieves 2.
Yeah. That felt like there was like a crowd. Like I know the Barstool guys are going to see that movie. So, but I'm not getting that for The Accountant too. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there seemed to be a not so bad it's good cult around Den of Thieves, but there was definitely just more enthusiasm for Den of Thieves than there is for The Accountant. The Accountant is one of those, when it came out, everyone was surprised a month later at how well it did.
Yes, correct. That's correct.
And then they kept watching it passively, but something like Den of Thieves was more of an active fandom.
Yes.
Than this.
Yeah. So, and also, I was looking at Box Office Pro, which is a ghost ship at this point, but they still have some information you can glean from what they're writing. They did point something out that The Amateur just came out. And although Rami Malek is by no means as big of a known celebrity as Ben Affleck, it is it's a concept in the sense that like a nerdy guy is doing action.
That's very true. Yeah, right.
And now Ben Affleck's character is an egghead who is on the spectrum, and he's I would say more of a badass than Rami Malek's character, but still there is a level of nebbishy characters doing action, and I think people they're assuming the thing that's going to differentiate that is the Barenthal character, who's going to be the beer chugging, honky tonkin sort of big truck, bull's balls on the back of his, tailgate sort of character that's going to play against the Sheldon type character that Ben Affleck is playing.
Right.
So that's their hope. And I didn't see The Recruit, but I don't know if there was a character similar to that in that movie.
In The Amateur.
What did I say?
The Recruit.
I saw The Recruit. Yeah.
That's right. That's Colin Farrell, right?
It is. Pacino.
So The Amateur did open to 15 million a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which I think we were all surprised it opened that well. So that's got to be, though, the floor for The Accountant 2, because Accountant 2 does have a bigger star and has some built-in awareness. It's a little bit of an IP in that it's a sequel. So it can't do less than The Amateur, right? Unless we're saying that the environment, like with Sinners Out, is just pulling that audience away.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought, The Amateur had a pretty good trailer. Like I didn't really care about it, but like I could see why people went to see it. It was a decent. This I don't, I don't know, but yeah, I think that would be obviously a huge disappointment. I think it'll make more than that, but yeah, that would be the lowest. I would think.
Yeah, and I would think a Working Man made 14.
Yeah, same thing around there. Yeah, it made less than The Beekeeper, but not that much less.
Beekeeper was 16. So you would think with Ben Affleck and the awareness of him, and maybe the interest from people who would normally see a movie like this, would put this in the 20s, maybe.
Yeah, that's about
low 20s as an opening.
Okay,
right. I mean, unless, like you say, it completely tanks, which I would be surprised if it completely tanked.
I don't want to give it
good reviews.
I don't want to give anything away, but I don't have this movie in the top 3 this weekend.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Don't want to give anything away. Don't want to give anything away. I'm just, I just.
Okay, that's okay. That's going to be what a tease. That's a great tease.
That's all. I'm a pro. I've been doing this for years. 617-779-7937. I'll take your calls right now. Box office talk. Yeah.
God, wouldn't that be great?
3 hours in morning, and it wouldn't be enough.
No.
But it would be.
Can you imagine the Monday after Minecraft for you guys? I mean, we're just the lines would be filled when you got there in the morning. Just taking calls all day.
That's a situation where whoever the mid-afternoon guys are, you got to step aside. You're not getting in the studio.
Yeah, we've been there. Yeah, I would say, guys, we'll come back at 11. Get yourself an early lunch, and we'll see what the calls look like.
Yeah,
Christopher would be sweating, fielding calls. He wouldn't have microwaved my potato.
No,
I would be yelling at him for that.
For sure.
Yeah,
yes.
my baked potato.
Absolutely.
So, is there an untapped dad audience for The Accountant 2 that maybe Minecraft movie, obviously for kids, Sinners is for younger to middle-aged people.
Dropping them off.
Yeah, and the dads, they've been to the movie theater. You're right. The last few weeks, dropping the kids off for a Minecraft movie, seeing how much fun the theater is now. Maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, they'd go there and it'd feel like a ghost town. Now it's the theater has some life. Do I want to go see a theater go to a movie? Is there anything for me? So could The Accountant 2 be getting those dads who are movie curious again?
Yeah, if I was booking that theater, I'd try and get as close as I could to those Minecraft times. Make sure you get out when they get out. Give yourself a little bit of time for sure. Maybe there's a couple $1,000,000 there. I think it's possible. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll do okay. I think it'll have zero staying power after the first week, though. Like it better do well. I don't think anyone's going to see it after that.
Yeah, I think the hope with this movie is it does well enough theatrically. Obviously, this is MGM, Amazon, so they'll hopefully keep it in there, drain it for whatever box office they can get, and then it's a movie for their streamer. Which I mean, Amazon MGM has been doing a pretty good job of keeping their stuff in theaters.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
And listen, they almost got Red One to 100 million domestics.
I know
that is true.
So, just real quick before we get into our top 5, just want to look ahead a few weeks because we do have a biggie coming out in 2 weeks? Is it next Friday that we have Thunderbolts Asterisk hitting the theater? And that's going to be the one where, Accountant 2, get your money now because you're probably going to lose a ton of screens within a week or two. How are you feeling right now about the state of Marvel heading into Thunderbolts Asterisk? Do you feel like they've done a good job marketing this to make it seem like it won't be a total piece of shit compared to the last couple of years of Marvel movies? Because they're really trying to push it as something cooler than what they've been doing the last year or two. Has that worked? Does this feel like Ari Aster / other cool directors bring you a Marvel movie?
Not to me. I mean, I see what they're doing. I think the disappointment will continue. I think it'll get pretty good reviews and underwhelm at the box office. I'm getting zero buzz for this movie. Nothing. It feels forced. It feels like pretend wacky. It just feels like everything that I've been annoyed with Marvel for the last couple of years. I think it'll open okay, and then it'll just drift away. I don't think I don't see her for this one. No. Nope.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the thing is, they're trying to fake cool.
Right. You can't do that.
And a Minecraft movie did not fake cool.
No.
It was what it was. It said what it was going to be. And Sinners is not faking cool.
Nope.
No.
And that is definitely what they're trying to fool people into thinking that Thunderbolts Asterisk is cool.
Yeah.
There's always these scenes in the Marvel where they all sit around like then eat and they think it's funny. Yeah. I got. Why is this funny? I've seen this in 50 of these movies. It'll do okay, and I do think the reviews will be, hey, this isn't terrible, so I'll give it a good review.
I guarantee that David Harbour's character, the Red Guardian, I believe,
right,
he is going to eat something in this movie.
Yep,
and they're going to focus on it. They're going to make it a joke that he's eating like McNuggets and he's never had them or something.
Right.
Like that is definitely going to be
a
joke in this movie.
Will he burp?
Oh, and then he'll say like compliments to the chef in Russian or whatever. Right.
And then two of the other characters look at each other and shake their heads.
Yeah. Kirk, do you think there's a possibility that he does the pull my finger?
Oh, I think that's yes. I think he'll have just learned about it and it'll become like a funny thing in his mind.
That he keeps and it's like there's like a scene where like somebody almost dies and they're crying and then he puts out his finger and it's a whole joke that he's like pull my finger. So somebody
in the background is like about to die and he says pull my finger to Florence Pugh and I'm not pulling your finger. And then the guy just drops dead behind him and then they just kind of shake their head and walk away.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because I think these scenes will happen in this film.
Yes.
Do you think those scenes were shot originally, or these are the Russo brothers came in as part of Return to Marvel? They're like, let's get a pull my finger runner into this movie.
Yes.
We couldn't get in Electric State, but we know it'll work here.
Yeah, maybe. Is this another one where if you didn't watch these shows, you don't know what's going on?
Well, do you know who John Walker is?
Isn't that the guy who was with the Taliban?
In
He's
this,
in the film.
he is in this film.
Wow. Now I'm in. I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. Is that John Lynn Walker? Was that his name?
I believe. Yeah. Was that his? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Wow.
John Walker,
That's huge. That's who's playing him? Playing himself?
Is that Wyatt Russell? Is that who's playing?
Wyatt Russell's playing him. Yeah.
Is that was he in Swim? Was he in
Night Swim?
Night Swim, a big Harry Minihane movie. His favorite film of last year, by the way. But yeah.
I mean, so I think that this movie is going to be one of those things that is like, you're going to want to like it as like a Marvel fan, and you're not going to.
Right.
You know, like I feel like they're hoping upon hope. I mean, I'm sure if we talk to the great David Thompson, great kid, he's probably going to have hope for this movie.
He's going to lie to himself. He's going to walk out. He's going to lie. And I get it. I've been there with movies I like. You lie to yourself when you're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like they're biding time before they bring all these people back, which is a short-term fix and a long-term mistake. I think they're kind of in that, weird spot now, which, they were hugely successful. This will still make a lot of money, but will it make more than Captain America Worldwide? I say no.
Wow. I mean, I would think Captain America did better than I even thought
it rallied. It did okay. Like, it didn't do great, but it did okay.
So it's over 200 domestic.
Yeah. I mean, Thunderbolts has the plus and minus of where it is in the schedule, and that it's a early May. People are more in the go into the theater mode than they were when Captain America came out in February. But it's also going to have more competition quicker. Like, Captain America just had nothing coming out until Minecraft movie.
414 worldwide for Captain America.
Yeah, I think Thunderbolts could get over that.
Yeah, I don't think so, but maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, with the Marvel stuff, it's kind of. Oh, here's a question for you, Kirk, because you were on hiatus. You were taking some time. You were checked out, and we made sure we got to give Kirk his vacation.
Well, I was working still with other stuff, but yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah, you were solving murders, but
I was still doing other stuff with the company. But I understand. For somebody like you who takes 6-week vacations in the summer, you live a European life, so you think all of us are having dinner at 11 at night. Exactly. And walking around. I get that. I understand. Yeah.
When I'm off the clock, I am off the clock.
Of course.
Don't check in with me if I'm in Europe.
I understand.
But were you in that time? Did you see the big Marvel live stream where they showed the chairs with the names on the back of the chairs? Were you watching that all day?
Yeah, that's the greatest proof that Marvel is still big. That was a big day for Marvel in a weird way because people were into it. I don't know why, but yeah, it was just. Oh, wow. And then the end was Robert Downey Jr. I'm like, he already fucking is in this thing. Yeah. I didn't really get that. I didn't get it, but I checked in during the day. I didn't watch the entire stream. I should have, but I didn't. Yeah.
But you were aware, and there were no ending with Robert Downey Jr. was, do we think that he demanded he goes last?
I think so. And he was, as always, like, like, oh, he's really smart, but boy, he's annoying after 30 seconds when he talks these interviews. Like, we get it. You're smart and you're quirky and you're a hippie and whatever. But yeah, I was a little worn out. Yeah.
Yeah. His impishness is wearing thin.
It's like 60 now. Like, it's but having to go back to that, I get it. But it was like, boy, that was a quick detour away. And now he's just back in.
Well, if I mention this on the show with you, Kirk, I know I've mentioned it on the show just with Pat, but I feel like Robert De Niro's new addiction is money.
Robert Downey.
I'm sorry, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert De Niro's been.
We know his. Yeah.
We're a long way in on that.
Yeah. But I think Downey now, his like the snake that he is riding is the money snake. Like, I feel like it is totally replaced. You know how people who used to be alcoholics and drug users turn to like exercise?
Sure. Like, ultra marathons.
Like every memoir I read about an ultra marathoner starts with them on a couch with like an 8-ball. Yeah, absolutely. And then, so I think he's addicted to money because he won his Oscar. He could have gone into the great night or do whatever he wanted to do. And he decided to come back for the payday.
Yeah. And I mean, and I get it from Marvel's perspective. And that's a huge ad in that world. But you take him out of that, though, and he is valueless. as a box office figure, valueless. So, I mean, I get it. He'll probably make another 300 million this time around playing this guy. So,
well, Kirk, that's a great point, because what movie did he do when he was trying to, during the Marvel run, make a film that was
Judge? Was that what
The
it was?
Judge?
Yeah.
And what did he play?
I know what he played in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He played a lawyer.
Exactly. So he knew what he had to do to have stardom outside of Marvel, and it failed.
And it failed. He failed the test.
Yeah.
I mean, that test is that is the ultimate test.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise plays a lawyer. Massive movie we're still watching today.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. plays a lawyer. Michael B. Jordan plays a lawyer. Jack Black plays a lawyer.
He's still got to play a lawyer in the Sims movie.
Yeah.
True.
That's the test.
Right. Yeah. I got to see my guy Timmy play a lawyer at some point.
Timmy's
playing
got
a
to play
fucking
a lawyer.
ping pong player. So I mean, I don't. We'll see. It's the ultimate test.
What if Jack Black plays the lawyer in the Leisure Suit Larry movie?
That could work.
Where he's defending Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, that's good. That I'd be okay with. And he could even play two characters. He could play Larry and Larry's brother, like the slimy lawyer.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm in. 1,000% in on that one.
Yeah, that would be amazing if he could pull that off. Yeah, he could play both. I mean, Timmy is Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah.
And Jack Black is his lawyer.
Because that's the only way you could put Leisure Suit Larry as a character in a movie and people would give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a real creep.
Timmy enough.
Yeah. He was a creep for sure. So yeah.
Does Harry Minihane have any awareness of the Leisure Suit Larry games?
I don't think so, but I actually think he would probably get a kick out of it. I think that Leisure Suit Larry can make a comeback. I remember playing that with my great friend Matt Fuller, who's since snapped. But we would play that game all the time, and I was like, this guy is a pervert.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it's hard for a teenage boy to look at anyone else as more perverted than themselves.
No question. Yeah, I mean, no doubt about it. So yeah.
This feels like the era for it too.
Definitely.
For Leisure Suit Larry to be welcomed back in the culture.
Because you can do a video game, a movie, and a drama all in one.
Yeah.
Like that might be the new thing is like, you do comedy superhero, but maybe you do drama video game, and that could be the way to have dramas be big at the box office again.
Yeah. So one last thing that we haven't talked about that's coming out this weekend that I'm seeing here on Box Office Pro is there's going to be a wide release reissue of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
Is coming out this weekend. First of all, is Compact Critic Chris Klemmer, who's going to see everything that comes out, has to go see this, right? Okay.
I'm down. I have, by the way, invalidated Klemmer's list already because he did not go see One of Them Days re-release with the scene. He did not go see it. Had an extra scene in it. Did not go see it. Played in over 1,000 screens. He did not see it. So to me, I've already told him the list it's over.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of Schindler when Ben King says the list is alive. This list is dead. So Klemmer's list is a failure.
And in April, like we all guessed, it would happen in April.
Yeah. Oh, inevitable. Yeah. A born loser. Yeah, he has to see this. This movie, I was looking at tickets this weekend for it. This fucking movie is doing huge pre-sales.
Yeah.
Huge. This is going to open big. Now, I do think, again, tapping into today's climate, what's big in the movies is in the old days, Lucas would add these scenes to these movies. To me, if it's out there with Sinners, if there's a Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, Cunnilingus scene, you got to put it in.
Yeah.
I mean, Cunnilingus is we're here now.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably time. Maybe Darth Vader, like with the mask, takes it. I don't know, but if Kathleen Kennedy has that in her pocket, there's the time to put it in there.
Yeah. I mean, the end of this movie, Episode 3, that's when she dies, right?
She dies. Padme dies. Yeah.
Padme dies, and you never really know exactly why she's dying in the original cut of Episode 3. I think she was heartbroken.
I know Justin was not going to be happy about this. Justin's a Star Wars expert,
so he knows. But I mean, I think it was hard for the audience to read.
Yeah, she just dies of a broken heart. It's pretty stupid.
Dies of a broken heart. You could say now you do the Cunnilingus scene.
She goes back to life?
Well, she just died from it was just too good.
Orgasmic. Right.
Wow, too good.
Maybe he has the Force too. Think of that.
Yeah.
cunnilingus with the Force is enough to kill you. We've never seen it portrayed in a Star Wars movie, so we don't know that that's not the case.
Correct. So I would do that. But this is going to be that. Phantom Menace did well last year.
It did really well.
Yeah. So I think this is going to open big this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the most liked of those 3 prequels.
The third one?
Yeah,
I believe
for sure.
so.
Yeah. And that generation, well, your generation, Pat, they love these freaking movies. So,
yeah,
we make fun of them, but like people, they think these are great movies. So
avocado toast and the prequels.
Correct.
I was there at the Ziegfeld opening day for all 3 of these prequels.
Nice.
Yeah. Those were my Star Wars.
Yeah, right. Empire Strikes Back is nothing compared to Attack of the Clones.
I didn't see that until I saw the Clones cartoon movie before I saw the New Hope.
Yes, it's like my friend Matt Quinn. When we lived in all these years ago, he saw Casino, and he said this, or he saw Goodfellas. He said it was a Casino ripoff because he saw Casino first. It's that kind of thing.
It's all generational.
Absolutely.
I think that this is going to be huge. And Hayden Christensen feels like you can't
keep him away from these Star Wars things now. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, he's
every event he's there.
And he's back in one of the shows, right? Was he in?
He's going to be in the shows, and I think they're aging him down. They're doing the Irishman aging technique on him.
Oh, good.
So
he was in Kenobi, yeah.
Yeah, I think people are going to be extra into this because I think there's just this specific nostalgia wave for the Hayden Christensen Star Wars era.
Yeah, it's kind of at that moment right now, which I get. It's been whatever 20 years for this now or something. So I think it'll do do we know how many theaters it's opening on this weekend?
I'm not seeing it.
It's playing everywhere. I think it's pretty wide.
The last one, did open pretty wide.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it then. Let's do our top 5s.
Okay.
Because there's nothing else that matters that's opening.
There is, Pat, but we don't have time to talk about it. There's the Until Dawn, which is also a video game movie.
Oh, wow.
Opening. And then Legend of Ochi by A24, which I don't think we have to worry about. But I think Until Dawn is a movie, Sony Pictures, that could do some business. So that's something to keep in mind.
Okay. All right. So, Kirk, you are the guest. Would you like to go first, second, or third with your predictions?
I'll go first.
All right. Go for it.
Love it.
Number 1, Sinners. I think the numbers during the week are crazy. I think it's going to overperform again this weekend. I'm going to put it at an even $30 million. Wow. Yeah. I mean, which will be a great day for you guys. I mean, that's a great weekend show. People are just talking about this movie. It's very rare when a movie is, and not even like in a Minecraft way, but the actual quality of the movie is dominating. Nobody's talking about The Last of Us with Pedro Pascal dying or, my guy Nathan Fielder's back. No one's talking about that right now. People talk about movies. Like when I was a kid, during break at Sayulalia's in Lowell when I was in 2nd grade, and we walked around and we talked about Return of the Jedi. Like it's a film Pat's never heard of. Like this is where we're at right now. So it's happening.
I did eventually see that, but I saw the pod racing first.
Right.
And then I saw the Ewoks. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like Prisoner of Azkaban for Pat.
Oh,
yeah, that's a big moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, a Minecraft movie.
Okay.
$22.88 million.
Wow.
Okay. Number 3, Revenge of the Sith. No, number 2, Revenge of the Sith.
Whoa.
24 million. Number 3, Minecraft movie. Number 4, The Accountant 2. $18.6 million. Those dads are staying in the car. They're a little afraid of the sound, the popcorn being thrown in the theater next to them. They're going to leave the car running. They're going to be listening to Van Morrison, to Steely Dan, to Paul Davis, and waiting for little Jimmy and little Jenny to come out of Minecraft. They're not going in to see it. They just, you know what they're saying? I'll wait for TNT.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to be in there listening to "I Go Crazy" and just thinking about
which is
all
one
those
of
moments.
the top 3 yacht rock songs of all time.
Yeah.
The late Paul Davis. So I have to do number 5 still. Oof.
Now, King of Kings is still out there.
That's going to drop, though. I think that's
Yeah.
going to be a big drop this week. I'm going to go the amateur number 5.
Okay.
So a lot of action.
Probably a mistake. It's a big drop off at number 5. We're going to call it. How much did they make last weekend?
Amateur made 7 last weekend. That was its second weekend.
Oh man. A big drop, like 4 million.
All right.
Am I missing something obvious at 5? I feel like I'm screwing up.
I mean, unless you think the Until Dawn movie is going to get into the top 5. So actually, you know what? Clayton,
Could be right.
Would you like to go second?
I'll go second. Yeah. Number 1, Sinners. I totally agree. I mean, I think this movie could have such a spectacular hold. I'm going to even go a little bit crazier. I'm going to say 35.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm going to say 35 on that. I am going to then go number 2. I do think will be a Minecraft movie just because it's still a phenomenon. More people going to the theaters means more kids going to the theaters. So I think that's going to be number 2. Number 3, I do think is going to be Star Wars.
Wow.
100%. I think when the re-release before that, we slipped on that one. There's just like, this is the last one. People are going to want to see it. So I think this is going to do big business. I think under that is going to be Accountant 2. Accountant 2, I think is going to make, I think it could make 22.
Okay, and still be number 3.
Yeah, I think
number 4.
Number 4.
Okay.
Weekend, if that's number 4, though.
Yeah, wow. I think it's going to be a big weekend. And then under that, I am going to go with Until Dawn.
Okay.
But I think Until Dawn is going to make like 13.
That's a huge number. It's going to make that much?
Yeah.
I'm way off then. Okay, I hope so.
Yeah, I think I've got the same top 5 as Clayton. Sinners. Then it's going to be Minecraft movie. You know what? Number 3, I'm going to be the one who puts Accountant 2 at number 3.
Okay.
I think it could get to 23 and the Star Wars movie is going to make around 19, 20. Because I just don't know how wide of a release it truly is. Can it get to 25?
The last ones were released wide.
Yeah. I'll go Accountant 2 number 3, and then Star Wars 3 number 4. And then I agree, Until Dawn feels like it's got to be number 5 because King of Kings is going to fall off the map. Amateur is that audience is going to go see Accountant 2. I mean, Warfare, is that going to stick around?
I don't think
I think Until Dawn is going to be number 5 just based on the theater count and people just knowing that property. I mean, think of Danny Escamilaggi of I Scream, You Scream 4, number 4 movies. He's very excited about this. He was talking about it on our Minecraft movie preview episode. So I think the gamers know. We don't know, but the gamers know that this was coming.
Yeah, and I believe Christopher, is he the one who grabbed this one?
I think so. It was drafted. So yeah, it'll make its 12 million, which Kirk, this is going to be a huge weekend for the box.
The old days, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back. And let me just last thing for me on this is, Star Wars is still a purgatory. I know they announced some movies this week. This is bring a movie back from 20 years ago. You can see whenever you want. It's everywhere. It's on TV all the time, Disney Plus, and it's going to make $20 to $25 million this weekend in the theaters. Like, why isn't there a Darth Vader movie every 3 years? Like what? Like what the fuck? What are we doing? A Darth Vader standalone movie?
Yeah,
which is essentially what Rogue One was. Rogue One was not going to do well today, but Vader added a lot of money to it.
Yeah,
where is the Vader movie? That's $1 billion movie,
and it's a character that you don't need the actor for.
Yes, no, it doesn't matter.
And
it doesn't matter.
James Earl Jones has said more than enough words on camera.
Oh, AI now. That doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just do it. Like, what?
Just do it.
That's a huge movie. There's almost no character that is bigger in movie history.
How has there been 2 Joker movies?
Right.
Standalone Joker movies, and there's never been a standalone Darth Vader movie.
It's crazy. Like, dude, have Vader, I don't know, I don't read them, but there are 3,000 of those dumb. Every time at Barnes & Noble, 3,000 Darth Vader books that they've written. So
Yeah.
make 6 of those movies over 15 years.
Yeah.
I'm telling, not whoever's taking over Kathleen Kennedy, I'm telling her or him to do that. That's an order.
Or them.
Or them. Yeah, of course. I apologize. That's
the last one of those was 2019. 6 years going without a Star Wars movie.
It's going to be what, 8 before the next, or 7 or 8 years before?
Because it's the Gosling one.
And that's if the Gosling one comes out when they say, which
right,
it
won't. And that's not Darth Vader's not going to be in that movie.
No.
So it's been now, when did The Force Awakens come out? 15? Yeah. And Rogue One was the end of 16. So we're talking now, it's been 9 years since Darth Vader was in the movie. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it, but
I feel like at the start of the pandemic, if you could have told me so many things that have happened that I would be less shocked about than there not being a Star Wars movie in theaters all the way into 2025.
Yeah.
Like everything that's happened so far, I could sort of be like, I guess I could see how that could happen.
Right.
This one seems I'm the most incredulous and flummoxed and flabbergasted that there has not been a Star Wars movie in the theaters.
And there's, in The Rise of Skywalker was a messy movie. I totally get that. People killed it. I totally get that. It made worldwide. This is with the pandemic, and it made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it made I understand it was a disaster but as a disaster, it made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what are we doing?
It's the Batman v Superman situation where everyone trashed the movie, everyone hated it, but then you look, it made 800
million. Yeah, I don't know. To me, if I ran Star Wars, first thing I'd say, we're doing a standalone Vader movie. Pick your era, do whatever. He's gonna kick ass for 2 hours, and that's it. Like, we're just gonna put it out there. Ryan Gosling, I saw the plot for the movie. Is with some kid they're flying around. I don't know. I have no idea. It could be good. It could be terrible. Vader, I know, is going to make money.
Yeah. Get to the point where you're just doing the Darth Vader is the hero of the movie situation. You're doing your Suicide Squad Star Wars version.
Right.
You cut ahead. He's put the mask back on. He's going out there. There's someone worse than Darth Vader out in the universe. So we got to call Darth Vader to go kick this guy's ass.
Yeah.
And then you just doing your Star Wars movies where Darth Vader is now the hero every 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, if you had told me at the beginning of the pandemic, there'd be a movie out where Adrian Brody is anally raped by Guy Pearce before another Star Wars movie, I would have not taken that bet.
Yeah.
No.
Because you wouldn't have taken that bet.
No.
Yeah. Although if there was a Back to the Future 2 type situation where I could have access to
a book,
a book that would have like those sort of things in it.
Oh,
wow, I'd be so rich right now.
Right,
I'd be like, no Star Wars movie. I'd be like, Adrian Brody is anally raped by Guy Pearce. Like, I would just be
Minecraft,
eating it up. But yeah, I'd be like, I'd say CJ. I'd be like, there's gonna be people throwing popcorn and they'd be like, who's CJ? What? Blah blah blah. Doesn't matter.
And you're just like, take my money.
Take my money.
Take my betting slip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Kirk, thanks for joining the show. Is there anything? You're back.
I'm back
full time now. Anything that you want to let the wannabe O boys, wannabe O girls, wannabe O people know about this new revamped version of the Kirk Minihane show?
Is it revamped? I don't know. We have a new studio. We don't. I mean, we have like a new desk and like 2 new chairs. Nope, the show rolls on. You can get it, I think, everywhere, I think. I have a show every Thursday with Dave Portnoy and Ryan Whitney. It's called The Unnamed Show. It's doing very well. No, that's it. I the case hopefully coming up. And we're kind of we're plugging away. We're kind of we're and I'm looking forward to these next couple weeks. I'm excited that the movies are alive again. Yeah. Chris Clemmer again was wrong. He buried the box office a few months ago. Wrong. No surprise.
And Pat, so that's your new best friend. You're not going to defend him?
No, listen.
The loyalty thing. You're right.
Tremendous loser. I've always said it.
Oh my God.
Always said it. Kirk's here.
Yeah.
Chris is not.
I see.
Clemmer's a tremendous loser.
I mean, do you guys just walk around the city for hours at a time? Is it like
after what was the last movie we saw? We saw.
I think you have to ask that question. Is unbelievable.
The one I refused to see with you, even though we had just done something all three together. A professional thing.
We saw a movie and then we did
Alto Nights.
Alto Nights.
The Alto Nights.
Clemmer and I saw the Alto Nights, and then we came out of that. We're like, you know what? Let's keep hanging out. We walked for about 2 hours through Manhattan.
It was essentially like when Patricia Arquette and Christian Slater saw that movie True Romance. She wanted to get a piece of pie and talk about the movies, and that's what you guys did.
Well, this was like before sunrise. It feels like to me.
Yes,
it was.
And you
this
guys
would be a haunting
like,
trilogy. Yeah, I could see it.
You guys had Sundays at Serendipity 2.
Someday when they make the one where me and Clemmer are in hospice together, that's going to break people's hearts.
Yeah, that's a sad one.
Yeah.
Now, a question before we leave: when are we all rebooting Dirty Tennis? When is this happening?
That's a great question. I mean, you already mentioned Dorf earlier.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
it's I'll give you 2 words right now: Jack Black.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
And what is he? He's a tennis, but what does he actually do? He's a lawyer during the day.
Yes.
Tennis instructor at night. Yeah. I mean, I don't, with all due respect to the great Dick Van Patten, I think this is a winner.
Yeah.
The production company must have been sold 20 times over, that company that made those, right?
Oh, 100%.
We could buy that property easily.
Yes.
Yeah. It's probably like out there with a bunch of unused domains, people who forgot to renew their GoDaddy subscriptions, and you could go out there, buy some domains. You could buy Dirty Tennis IP. Yeah, we got to get on that. Let's get Christopher Wannabe, VP of Interns. Christopher, find out who we buy the Dirty Tennis IP from.
Portnoy would buy that in 2 seconds. He knows a good deal when he sees it.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah,
deals are happening. So, of course, follow us at the BO Boys Pod on our social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are YouTubers. Hey, guys. Kirk, when is there a New York visit anywhere on the horizon? Because we got to get you. I mean, you're looking at it now.
Yeah, that looks. I feel a little old for that place. This is you guys. Are you guys doing like wacky contests in there? Or are there games going on? You got Are you jumping up?
There's a Sibian out of view right now, of course.
Yeah.
That'll be brought into the mix at some point.
Sure.
But
is there challenges? Or you go 60 days without eating something, or what are you doing?
We're going to pass the bucket around soon.
Good.
And then whatever comes out of the bucket has got to go back into another.
Of course.
Bucket.
It's the rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, next time, I don't know if I have anything scheduled. I'm sure I'll be there in the next few months, but yeah, I will. I mean, if Clay wants to go see a movie, I'm happy to do that. Of course,
I would love
to do that. We'll have dinner together.
Yeah.
And then Clemmer and I will be around, so we could all go see a movie. It'll be great.
That's not. I mean, again, the loyalty is,
we might not be able to answer our phones.
Right, and the two of you, I'm sure, are just yapping away during the movies, inside jokes, lots of laughs. You just shut up, that kind of thing.
And then we'll all go for a long walk afterwards, of course.
Yeah, I could see you two, like Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, just autumn day, walking through the city, witty observations and such. Sure, I could see that.
So subscribe to the Substack and 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And I think that's it, Clayton. I got nothing left.
Pat, I finished. And you've said it all.
Great.
There's nothing left to be said.
All right.
Except for, until next time,
we'll smell you at the box office. Nailed it. Hey, guys.